substitutable, but I am fully asymmetrical. Pretend that I'm interchangeable, but no, I call it unacceptable. You tell your friends I'm replaceable, but all you're claiming is refutable. Wanna believe I'm the cover of the book, but you're wrong, don't you know I'm original? Oh, 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 I am one of a kind, I am one individual. Oh, 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 gonna leave you behind, cause you limit me to visuals. Oh, 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 I am one of a kind, not a stereotype. So don't judge this book until you've read some lines. See me, won't you open your eyes? It takes more than just a face for me to be defined. Hear me, I am nobody's rhyme. It takes more than just a glance to know the person inside. I'm gonna opt for simplicity. You're putting obstacles in front of me. I'm gonna lose my reality. Don't wanna live my life in symmetry. I'm sick and tired of your bigotry. I am the wrench in your machinery. So how I walk, how I move, how I look, don't you see? I'm unique, I should be your queen. Oh, 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 I am one of a kind, I am one individual. Oh, 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 gonna leave you behind cause you limit me to visuals. Oh, 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 I am one of a kind, not a stereotype. Don't judge this book until you've read some lines. See me, won't you open your eyes? It takes more than just a face for me to be defined. Hear me, I am nobody's rhyme. It takes more than just a glance to know the person when you see me. Won't you open your eyes? It takes more than just a face for me to be defined. This book until you've read some lines. See me, won't you open your eyes? It takes more than just a face for me to be defined. Hear me, I am nobody's rhyme. It takes more than just a glance to know the person when you see me. Won't you open your eyes? It takes more than just a face for me to be defined.
That's what happens when you have a freaking black guitar. Josh! So, the thing, it's not about the guitar, but thanks to Ibanez for loaning it to me for a day. It's gotta go back tomorrow. Apparently it's already been sold, and I'm not allowed to lick it or bump it or do anything to it. So thank you, Ibanez. But more on this. Look at it! Who gets a high-gloss black guitar? This... Josh Smith, tough to say for someone with a lisp like me, plays the blues. So he needs an amp that's at the edge of breakup, like, I don't know, a Morgan. He needs a guitar that's traditional, a Strat, a Tele, a Poly kind of thing. And he needs maybe like a boosty kind of thing that doesn't really do too much. And that's technically what we're looking at. But also not. Because when I heard that Loki Davidson from Poly Effects did a pedal for Josh Smith, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Loki is a crazy scientist kind of guy who does MIDI pedals with touchscreens, and they can do crazy effects, and he does all the algorithms himself. I mean, this is a two-people company that does crazy shit. And it just didn't make sense to me. But what happened is, Josh likes the Bebo, which is his big pedal. and said, I want to work with this guy and make me the pedal that I need, the simple boosty thing. And whatever else you want to put in there, that's up to you. And how much he uses of that other stuff is, I don't know. But if it's in there, one can use it. And if you don't use it, it's still a signature pedal. So be prepared for a rather complex video. That's what it looks like. The thing that fits Josh is that it literally has no knobs. I think his pedal before had one knob. This has 0 knobs. It has 2 foot switches and 0 knobs. If you look at it from any side, you can actually see 0 knobs. Nothing. It's completely freaking flat. It's also called the Flat 5 or the Flat V. Does it actually say that anywhere on there? No, I don't think so. It's got its crazy signature, which I don't know how that's a J and an S. It's also on the back of this headstock right here. Right there. But apparently that's his signature. Loki kept saying, push the signature button. I'm like, what the crap is the signature button? The A side is really a fixed, let's call it booster overdrive. That's it. The B side is everything but. The B side is freaking everything. And everything on this, everything I'm going to show you with my fingers, can be midified. We're not going to go into this because this would be a 7-hour video. So if you look on the back, you can see everything is on the back, by the way. Input, output, 9 volt, and MIDI in out. It even comes with a little MIDI cable adapter. So let's go simple, and then we go freaking complex. Let's not talk about presets yet. Let's not talk about banks. Let's not talk about envelopes. The A side. For Blue Sky that wants to push his amp a little bit more. Now, I was running it into the Tone King Sky King as I always do, and I will. But I think it makes sense to put it into an amp that's slightly more elevated when it comes to the gain that it already has. Now, all you can do on the A side, which is on right now, see, a lot more things are happening when you turn it off, because now it's showing you what the A side would be and what would happen if you turn on the B side. So we're going to turn on the A. Soft clickies, of course. There are 4 different kinds of drives. This one, which has a name, I think the one at the bottom is LED and one is Schrottky, something. I don't care. The top one thing. And then GE, obviously a germanium thing, then a different one, and then a totally different one. So that's LED. Who cares? 4 different drives that are kind of doing the same thing except for the GE. And that's what we're going to do for now. So later I will ask Leslie to make it big again, but for now, get rid of that. Thank you. I mean, this guitar, which I will review right after I film this, be prepared for lots of bitching about high gloss black. Going into that pedal, and then into the Morgan MVP 66 at the moment, which isn't his signature amp, because I don't have a signature amp. That's more JTM-ish. That's what it sounds like, into a creamback 412 loaded cab. I have, be warned, if I turn my gate off, a lot of hum. Now, I don't know what that is in here. I tried cables, I tried going in directly with the amp. There is 1 or 2 positions in the room where it goes away. So it is something coming into the single coils, but I literally can't have this on all the time. That would be extremely annoying. In the middle, less so. So something's happening, but we're gating it. So that's the guitar into the amp by itself. And now we're going to push it with this little thing, whatever that is. Yeah, I'm not a blues guy, but that's a tiny bit more of what I had before. I don't know. I don't know. But that's what it does. That clearly cuts the low end and really pushes the mids. Kind of like a tube screamer with a lot of gain, without a lot of gain. I like it. Why do I have to hit it and hit it and hit it? Because the thing goes into sleep mode, because Josh, for some reason, likes to power things with batteries, and Loki made it so that it doesn't drain that much battery, which means the interface goes into sleep mode and you gotta bang it and touch something for it to wake back up. I suggested to have a version where you can boot it up in non-sleep mode because it's a little bit annoying. Josh just, use a power supply. What do I know? So here we go. Now, if it's not in sleep mode, it is very responsive. So, third thing. To me, that sounds like the first one. What do I know? I can't see any musical context where the difference matters. But, who cares? And then the last one. Differences are most certainly subtle. So we're done. For any Josh Smith fan who wants those boosty kind of sounds, there you go. 4 of them, you turn them on, you turn them off, and you're good. That's really all it does. If you're like Andrew Morgan, who's a I can't say Josh Smith. It's such a difficult name for me. Josh Smith, the Smith Master. That's it. That's what it does. But you can, of course, boost the B-side with the A-side or the A-side with B-side. So let's go into the B-side. Actually, no. Let's talk about presets for a second. You got 6 presets up here. And when it's not in sleep mode, which it is right now, you can tip 1 and then you're in preset 1. You can tip 2, you're in preset 2. And you can just select these. So you're selecting one of 6 presets. Well, wouldn't that be cool if it had 6 presets? Well, it's got 36. What's 6 by 6? 36, right. So right now you can see that it's kind of an aqua blue, which is this color. You can see the presets have different colors. And that signifies that we're on the first bank. By holding in the number, you're changing banks, of course, or you can do all of that with MIDI. So now I'm on bank 2, which the signature shows you. I can be on bank 3, which the signature shows you now in purple. Okay, so let's say I'm on bank 3, and now I've got again 6 presets. I can be on bank 4, green, hold it in, bank 5 is orange, and bank 6 is blue. Let's go to bank 1 again. It's that simple. The only problem I have is sometimes you're adjusting parameters up and down. When you want it all the way up, you're accidentally touching the preset button, and what you just programmed is gone because you slid up so far that you actually accidentally changed the preset. It happened to me 3 times, and it's a little bit annoying. You just have to be careful. Preset 1 is literally just that. It shows you. Preset 2 is that thing. Should we really play presets? I don't know. I mean... Where's the fuss coming from? Who knows? What's going on? Okay, B side. That was A. No, it was also A and B. B is just not so bright. So when it's off, it's actually showing you what the A side would be and B. So let's make that big. We're gonna do some Erklärbär, as they say. Okay, so let's get into this. Volume makes sense, right? Volume makes sense. Says sense underneath. Okay, volume, clear. Gain also makes sense. High pass filter, low pass filter, like Jennifer Lopez. Instead of having a tone control, you can roll off the low end or roll off the high end. Roll off the low end with the high pass filter, roll off the top end with the low pass filter. Both of them are resonant, low and high pass filter, so you can change the Q, high Q or low Q. It's not meaning it's a high Q or low Q. You can actually, for the high pass filter, the Q, or for the low pass filter, the Q. So it's actually a synth type filter that you can employ. So you want something tube screamery, why can't I talk? Tube screamery where the low end is cut off. Use the high pass filter. Simply by doing this. That's it. All of a sudden, you're actually cutting the low end away. Now you only have the highest frequencies, okay? Same thing here. Actually, right now, this is all the frequencies are there. Oh, see what happened? I rolled it up and I changed to preset 6. That's the thing I don't like. So, why can't I? Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. So, low pass filter, you really have to learn this thing. Unless you just want to use the A side. So that means all the frequencies are there. That means all the frequencies are there. Volume, again, when it's not in sleep mode, it's very, very responsive. And here you got gain. It's got a lot of gain. And there's also kind of a lot of top-end hiss on the B side, if you're not careful. But that's with a lot of gain, okay? Low Q and high Q. That's easy to understand. You click on this, and now you can actually say how high the Q. Right now we have a very, very resonant high-pass filter. Right now we would have a very, very resonant low-pass filter. So if the words aren't illuminated, you are on the lower functionality, okay? So click on it again. Right now we're back to volume, gain, low pass, high pass. That is relatively easy to understand. Volume, gain, low pass, high pass. Let's play some just with some variations of that before we go into even more. I don't know what that super mega high-end hiss is. I don't know. So yes, there is a lot of gain. Let's cut the lows. You can do troop screaming with things. That's way too much. Oi, cutten, dying. You know, for that woman tone, I mean, that's not it, but you can get there. Now it's bandpass. load of possibility. Now, let's go crazy. Put a little bit of peak into that filter. Yes, it can be so severe that it self-oscillates. If you want that. Control it with MIDI if you want to. Now that's... It is a little bit of a noisy bugger. That's a really cool kind of sound. So if we're going to go boost step with A... It's called the Flat 5. You got to play the Flat 5. So that is possible. Filter up and down, cut off the highs, cut off the lows, make it resonant if you wanted that. Emphasize the section frequency-wise where it's cutting off to make that clear where it's cutting off. And then there's gain and volume. I looked at this and was like, Loki, this is a complicated video. If you click, and let's turn A off. Okay. If you click the signature button once, let's go to a different preset because the colors are too close. Let's go to an orange preset. Okay. So here's our orange preset. Okay. A little bit of, oopsie. I changed it. A little bit low end gone. A little bit of high end gone. Really no gain there. And A is also active. I click the signature button. Damn, that sleep mode comes on quick. Now you can see I'm still on preset 5, but it's changing to a blue thing. That is a second layer. So for that 5th preset, I have all these settings. High pass filter, low pass filter, resonance? I don't know about resonance. Looks like it. Okay. I have them again. Now, why would I have that? I'll show you a simple example. Okay. So gain is pretty much the same on both of them. Let's go to 2 nibbles of gain. Okay. We switch to the first layer. We give it 2 nibbles of gain. But on the first layer, I'm going to give it full volume. On the second layer, I'm giving it almost no volume. Okay. So this is what the second layer now sounds like. Clear difference? If I now turn on a waveform, it will blend between these two, meaning it'll actually have an LFO, a low frequency oscillator, and it'll go between these two settings. It'll morph. So with the sine wave, it's even showing you. So you get the idea. I just created a tremolo. How severe is the sweep? That is technically a depth parameter. He calls it a spread, which is not really on the interface. So if I click on sense, which actually is sensitivity, which makes sense for the envelope, which we haven't even talked about. So right here, it's a medium depth. So if I wanted much more severe to really go to the extremes, I crank that up. There I've got my speed, as you can clearly read right there. Now, because of the little nubbles, you don't really have very, very, very fine control over the speed. And it doesn't always grab it for some reason. There, now it did. I don't know why that waits. There we go. It does have some bugs. I'm going to be very honest with you. That is clearly a bug that it doesn't immediately react to that new speed. But you can, moving on, you can do triangle. Square. And of course, by not being able to pick a very defined speed, it'll be tough to really adjust that setting to any kind of song. I don't know if it accepts MIDI clock, which would be cool. That way you could actually get the exact song speed. Otherwise, this is, I'm going to be honest, kind of useless, because in no musical context will you fit exactly the right. There's no tap, so you're not going to find the right tempo. It's cool though. And envelope. That doesn't make too much sense for volume, right? So, let's get volume up for my A side, volume up for the B side. What about gain? I could do this with gain. Oh wait, no I didn't. I didn't do what I just said, and you know why? Because I actually adjusted the second layer. The lights weren't on. This happens. This is not an easy pedal. So let's do this again. I adjusted speed, not gain. So we're gonna kick speed up to here. Okay. Spread is all the way there. That's good. Now we're gonna do this. Now we're where we want to be. And you can see it's actually doing the volume thing. So you turn this off, otherwise you can't really see. If the waveform is on, and I'm trying to adjust this now. Wait, you can. That's weird. Couldn't do it before. I'm confused. So, volume all the way up. volume all the way up. Now, it's not morphing, but gain down, gain up to here, less gain. Now, it should be switching gain. Which is a little bit harmonic tremolo-ish. You can actually build yourself a harmonic tremolo if you actually apply the same thing to the high-pass filter. But, for example, you could do that. Gain, switching back and forth. Come on, wake up! Kind of cool. So let's not do that. Let's do gain here and gain here. Now it doesn't do anything because we're literally on the same values. But of course, it gets really interesting when you work with filters. So on side 1, gonna put the filter up here. Changing keys. Take a little bit of the high end off. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Again, I was in the wrong mode. Gotta push on. Now I'm on the right mode. Okay. Of course, we could do that for the low pass filter as well. A little bit more resonance. Push on this and then go down a little bit here. Slower speed. Get the idea? Literally a billion possibilities. You can morph between the two different settings. Again, knowing where you are you on layer 1? That's easy, that's the color. Are you on layer 2? That's the blue. Makes sense. But then, actually, now I'm not, because now I am. The words have to be illuminated. Then you are on, yeah. I think it's a very well thought out user interface with a couple of, I don't want to say bugs, but things that we find out could be better in a version 2. Like when you're going all the way, if I now ramp up all the way here on the low pass filter and accidentally touch the 6, I lost everything I just programmed. Now, you can see visually, by the way, the whole sleep mode thing, Loki always also thinks that should go away. Sorry, Josh, because it's bugging me, okay? There should definitely be a way to turn that off. So, you can clearly see how they're fluctuating. I think if you're on a preset where the first side is also blue, like the aqua over here, or 6 with the actual blue, it'll be difficult to determine where you are in between the two, but that's your problem. Let's go to envelope, because that's freaking cool. And I'm gonna try to program something. So he said, make the 2 side the one where you wanna go. Come on, wake up. If you hold this, then it's something about saving presets. We're not even gonna go there. Yeah, this is a long video and I'm not even gonna show you everything. Okay, we're going to put the high pass filter, let's say here. We're gonna keep that all the way up here. Good, nothing changes there. Gonna keep gain on 3, that's good. Gonna go to envelope. Gonna take this one down, okay? Which means technically, it'll ramp this up. Let's see where the Qs are. Q down. Relatively high Q, like on a wah-wah. Not forgetting to change back to that. And now this right here is the sensitivity, which I have all the way up. Switch back. So let's see if this works. It's got to be on as well, huh? Okay, now it seemed to register, clearly. I think that's the same issue as with speed before, that it didn't register it fast enough. Now I got it. I had to reverse it. I don't know. Now where they actually now added the low pass filter as well, so they're both working in tandem. If you click on, if you do this, it's all gone. And again, you can do envelope to gain. You can do it all at the same time. Let's quickly look at A into B and B into A. So right now we got both of them on. See, I don't know now which side I'm on. 1? I think that's 1. Yeah. Okay, that's 1. So we're gonna do this. Actually turn this off. It's a song from a band. The ABBA doesn't illuminate. Which one is brighter illuminates. Okay, I get it. Holy hell, technically we're done, but we haven't even taken this into different amps, which I usually do. Holy hell, how are we going to do this? Okay, we're going to do this like this. Preset 1. Let's do this. Here we go. Bank 1, preset 1. Tone King, Sky King. Sounds like so. Come on, and the last one, Morgan AC20, which is Vox-esque. Flat 5. If you're into Josh Smith, this is really what you're looking for. Everything is analog. Filters, drive, boosties, germaniums. This is all analog. It's just digitally controlled, which is why you can do all this crazy shit. If you're into crazy shit, it can do it. I have a feeling that there's 1 or 2 bugs, like the speed not picking up immediately. I had a little bit of a trouble. I had a little bit of trouble getting the envelope to do what I wanted it to do, but then I got it to do what I wanted it to do, which I think had to do with the speed of the envelope. Sensitivity was all the way up, but again, it's that speed knob which doesn't immediately recognize what you're doing. Knob, it's not a knob, it's a slidey. It's, this thing. I love resonant filters. That's my jam. Absolutely love this. Combining such a super straightforward 4 settings, boosty, overdrivey, very low gainy kind of an approach for a very traditional player with loads of shit that he might not even need, but Loki's like, it's one of my pedals, so let's put that in there. So I would say there's a Josh side, the A side, and a Loki side. And not to say that Josh wouldn't use it, he can. Build yourself a tremolo, bam. Build yourself high gain sound, bam. Build yourself a filter sound, bam. Build yourself a tube screamer, bam. Build yourself a touch wah thing, fine. Build yourself an LFO wah thing, fine. It's all possible. I think certain settings have quite a bit of top-end noise. Could be that there's actually no filtering at all going on and you're kind of supposed to do this a little bit. Take this down at least 1 or 2 notches to get rid of that really high top end, which other pedals might not have. I'm not sure about this. I applaud Polyeffects for doing a completely different user interface. There isn't a screen on there. There aren't knobs. Doing this with a screen and knobs would be a nightmare. Doing this with a screen and pushy buttons would be a nightmare. This is brilliant, but there's a learning curve. And you always have to pay attention to, are these on? And are they waking up? Are these on or not? Are they doing stuff? Where am I? Okay, now I'm on layer 2, layer 1. What am I doing? Layer 2, down. Okay. Now I've set my 2 different gains. Now I can turn on a way for them to change. It is very cool. It is where pedals can go. We're not done with pedals yet. This is where pedals should and can go, which actually opens up a whole lot of possibilities for controlling and setting up effects. Is it 100% there? In terms of user interface, I think it's 98% there. Some bugs need to be ironed out. But if you're a Josh Smith fan, I still can't say the name, then this is where you're at. And this works. I can't tell you how much it is. I have no idea. Get it from Poly in Australia or the distributors or shops that carry it. If you want to play around with some really cool soundscapes or push your amp only in a certain frequency thing, or you just want that little bit of movement, it's all possible. And I'm impressed by the daracity, the daring, the darminium. What's the word? I don't know. By Loki daring to do this, especially for such a traditional player as Josh. And I'm super proud of Josh for letting Loki be Loki and still getting the pedal that he wants. And doing it with a company that might not be up his alley also in terms of marketing and the visuals and all that. No, he says, you're a cool guy, I want you to build my pedal. And that takes a lot of guts, and I love this. I know anyone would have done a pedal for him. Anyone. No, he picked the guy that he trusts, and I think this is absolutely cool. Today, in this industry where money reigns, and go to the company that can sell more pedals, and go to the company that has, the big marketing, all that, he could have done that, and I think it shows a lot of character that he went to someone who he respects as a pedal builder, like Loki from Poly. It really warms my heart. I can't say it any other way. So check it out. Get it. Don't get it. Not up to me. I'll put links below. Thanks, Loki, for commissioning this video. He paid me for this. I don't know why, but he did. Thank you. And animals at the end.